I made it happen. There's a video uploading right now where I say there's nothing new on the RFA front, but who knows, there could be tomorrow. Guess what, Bob McKenzie? You were wrong. So yeah, when that video goes up, Bob McKenzie was wrong, not me. So don't shoot me, because Bob McKenzie said nothing was going on. There kind of was something going on. So it's Bob McKenzie. So how about that Shea Theodore? He won the lottery. So going to Vegas helps you win the lottery. 7-year deal, $36.4 million, $5.2 million cap hit, 29 points in 61 games last year. That's pretty good for a young defenseman. Now, here's where the speculation comes in. So George McPhee, who I think will both be praised and criticized for this deal, and both sides are kind of warranted, this is that speculation deal. This is your buying low because you think he's going to become that $6-7 million defenseman, and you lock him up now at 5+, even though you know he's probably not worth the 5+ now. So there's some gambling going on here, and it makes sense being in Vegas and all. But George McPhee has locked down the services of Theodore. Now you compare this with the contract signed by, say, you know, the Trouba Arbitration Award, Morrissey, Darnell Nurse. You can look at this and say, well, it's too much money. But those were all bridge contracts. And this is the kind of money that those guys would have got as well if they'd signed 6 or 7-year deals. So George McPhee went against the bridge contract and went with a 7-year contract. Now, why it wasn't 8, I don't know. Maybe they wanted more if it was 8. Maybe he figured it was more reasonable to go with 7. Or maybe George McPhee just wants to be a little bit different, which is why he went with 7 years. But Shea Theodore's a good defenseman. He is a top 4 defenseman in the NHL. I think he would qualify for the top 4 for, I would say, over half the teams in the league. And I think he has the potential to become a top 2 guy in Vegas. Now, during this process, there's been some defensemen who played very well in the preseason. Whether it's Haig, whether it's Brandstrom, or whoever, he's played pretty well. Or they've played pretty well, and so Theodore has to come in and prove himself all over again. With a 7-year contract worth a lot of money, he is guaranteed a spot on the roster. $36 million. Wow, that's a good chunk of change. He's got to be a happy kid tonight, and if you're a Vegas fan, you got to be happy to see it done. If you're a Leaf fan right now, you're like, seriously, why can't we get a deal done? But you look at the amount of money on a 7-year contract that Theodore got, and I don't know where the market is right now. The market, it just seems like from team to team it varies. And it is a rich contract. It's a lot of money for what Theodore has done to this point, but it is that wonderful, wonderful speculation. So speculate away in the comment section below. Too much money, too much term, good money, good term. How do you feel about it if you're a Vegas fan? How do you feel about it if you're an Anaheim fan? You look at the amount of money you got and you're saying, good thing we got rid of that kid. We couldn't afford to keep him. Or do you look at this and say, I wish we'd kept Theodore rather than insert name of defenseman here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And yeah, it's late at night, but they just signed him. And good job. I honestly, I think it's one of those speculation contracts. It's one of those ones we won't really know whether it's a bargain or a ripoff until 2-3 years down the road. But both teams, both the team and the player, are taking somewhat of a risk. The team that the player is going to become worth more than this contract's value, and the player that he will live up to said value, and that he is capable of being a veteran leader for Vegas as soon as this year. Because he's played a number of minutes now, and Vegas, with Schmidt out, it means more of a leadership role for Theodore, at least until Schmidt comes back 20 games into the year. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts as always. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.